Hi, it's me. I've returned yet again in a new house. Look around you. Look around you. And now that you've had time to take it all in, focus back on me. Lysandre, let's talk about him. Before we begin, I want to make a point to let you know that this will be a shorter video, probably the shortest video I'll ever do, because Lysandre is the one character that I don't have a lot on. He has a lot in terms of story, but not a lot in terms of depth, mainly because I haven't really been focusing on him that much. He is technically considered a more sidelined character than all the other characters that I have. But first, let me show you the drawings. Okay, so for this, I'm not going to really talk too much on the base drawing because you've seen a whole series of me drawing out this character, designing him, and all the cool stuff regarding Lysandre, so I'm not going to touch too much on it, but here I wanted to just give a good old baseline for the character to stand on. He has all of his armor. He doesn't have any like alternate outfits except for the one that I'm going to be drawing for the sort of bad drawing that's in black and white, quote unquote bad drawing that's in black and white. But yeah, it's just basic good old-fashioned Lysandre. When I get to the coloring stage, you'll notice that I paint Lysandre's lips black, and that is because if you've ever seen any picture of a lion, they have black lips. So I decided that I think I want all of the lion characters that I have in my world to have black lips because, you know, they smoke a lot of cigarettes. So growing up, Lysandre Lyght De Lyona, that's his full name, don't wear it out, he grew up in a very noble home, considering that he was born as the heir to one of the members of the Divine Circle. If you remember from my ROARIX introduction video, the Divine Circle, the people who mandate all the magic in all of Lyona, those guys. He is a literal heir to one of those members, being the warden of the paladin magic. So growing up, as you can imagine, like anybody else in nobility, they grew up pampered care, they grew up spoiled, they grew up believing themselves invincible pretty much. And when it came time for him to train and to actually get himself prepared, considering he's going to be head of the paladin magic school, so he's gonna have to fight, and when they teach him how to fight, he pretty much nailed it. He boom 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 knocking down people left and right. He was pretty much like Cloud if you gave him Arby's. And with him growing up with all these people influencing his head, thinking he's this great invincible guy and he's so good at sword fighting and so good at everything, it would obviously get to him and he would actually believe that himself. And so fast forward 20 or so years later, when it came time for war and he's all grown, you know, fought a lot in a bunch of battles and stuff like that, he's never lost a fight. Come time for the Credanian War, disaster strikes. So I'm not gonna lie to you, these expressions were way harder to do than any of the other ones, and I know I say that for every single expression that I've ever done, but literally these ones were way harder than like any of the other people that I've done, mainly because he is a humanoid lion man, and I am not good at drawing furries. I don't know. That was never my profession when I was a younger artist. I wasn't into furry art, as far as you know, and I just don't know how to draw animal people. So yeah, these guys he may look a little off, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. This is only gonna go on in my portfolio where all the big names will see it. Oh God, I hate art sometimes. But what's important here is that I got the expressions down as far as I needed them to. So we got a roaring, screaming one. We have a simple looking down, looking badass sort of one. And then we have one looking around going like, hey, what are you doing? I'm walking here. I don't know why I gave him a New York accent. The only other thing I wanted to establish is his super long hair, as you can already see on the main model, but I really wanted to amplify that here with the golden locks. And his furry, muscular body, because I gave all the other characters such personalities. I figured I'd do the same with him. So I gave him the biggest chest imaginable. Subscribe if you want more titties. I decided to give these ones a little bit of a gradient because, honestly, I did that for the last two, and I really enjoyed the look. I don't know if I did it for Veronica, but I definitely did it with Freya. And I liked the look of that, so I thought that I'd do the same here. And I like the depth of color that it adds. I think the one thing I could say that I would probably change about this is that I colored the line art differently, because I'm looking at it now, and it does not look like I colored the line art properly. So I could go back and change it, but during the climax of the war in Credania, disaster strikes, and our favorite organization returns to do some fuck shit. The Black Mains, you remember them. They were the ones to mess over our other two characters. Why not do it again, goddammit? The Black Mains. Now, unlike the others, this wasn't the entire group's doing that did him dirty. It was the leader that did him dirty, which is an even bigger blow to his pride, but we'll get to that. I also forgot to mention that this war is that same war that caused Freya to get drafted as well. So, yeah, Freya's also in this war, but she's sort of... They become, like, you know, best buds. I wouldn't say best buds, considering that Lysandre was a rank above her, but they were kicking ass together. They were like partners. But during this section, she was off in a different sector doing more fighting. But yeah, this is where Freya would normally be. She's also doing fighting during this war, but yeah, that's all I wanted to, you know. So when this Black Main leader decided to come in and fuck up Lysandre's shit, it sent him into a state that he's never seen before, and that is fear. He's never experienced fear before, and I don't know if you could probably guess this, but I definitely took this sort of plot point from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and because of this fear, he ran. And when he ran, things only got worse from there. The one sword that I drew inspiration from was Hard Edge, and Hard Edge is one of my favorite swords in that game, and I liked how it was very wide at the base. It's not your conventional sword, so that's the idea that I went with. But instead of having it flat on the edge, I wanted it to actually look like some sort of arrowhead. And the little dark parts that you see along the side of the blade is the sort of like carving. I wouldn't say carving, but more like someone took like a rotary tool. I don't know how a rotary tool would work in medieval times, but imagine that were the case. Someone took like a rotary tool and they sort of drilled into the metal these little hole designs. That's pretty much what I had in mind. But yep, that's the sword. I am actually quite proud of it. One of my favorite swords that I've done. I like it. And the hilt is also cool because it has a rising sun, and I like it. He ran away from the battlefield, and he left far off. No one knows where he went to. Freya has an idea of where he might have gone, because he's always said that if something ever happens to him or family, or if Regalion, Lyona's capital city, were to fall, then this is where he would go to regroup and to plan a strategic plan to get things back on track. So with that knowledge, she has all of everything that she needs to find him. But he flees off to that location, never to be seen by anybody else again for the next 4 years. And that is where he is currently. He's in a cave, rotting away, killing animals that is nearby for food, surviving. Literally the tip of the top of the hierarchy, of the social hierarchy, fell so far low that it's really a case study on what fear can do and the ramifications of what that fear could cause. This is really what I wanted that character to sort of represent. But because of this, because of him leaving, it also caused 2 more things to happen. One, his oath was broken, and therefore he lost his connection to his divine. And now if this were D&D, then he would be now an Oathbreaker Paladin. But also, his father, the warden of the sword domain, he disowned Lysandre, and now, and ever since then, he has been known not as Lysandre Lyght De Lyona. He is now known as Lysandre the Cowardly. Now this isn't just a case study on what fear could do to you, it also serves as a character archetype. The Cowardly Lion archetype. And now that we're at the end of his story, we come across to the final drawing of this sheet, and that is him in his sort of tattered robes that he goes into when he flees. He drapes some sort of miscellaneous cloth over him. It's all battered and destroyed. His armor broken, battered, destroyed. By the way, this isn't the armor that he takes into battle. Like, this isn't the he only gets this armor after Freya meets back up with him at the cave and they go to Regalion and stuff. This is the armor that he gets afterwards. I didn't know exactly what to do with this drawing, considering that I know this is supposed to show him and what he's supposed to be like as a character, but I couldn't find a way to portray that sort of ashamed, humiliated feeling. So I instead just decided to draw him at his lowest point. Him draped in tattered clothing, eating off of scraps in the forest, in a cave. It works. And with that, I think we're done. This is, again, I mentioned before, this is a very quick and fast little video, but I wanted to make it so I can get this one out of the way, so I can get on to one of my favorite characters that I've come up with in a long while. I think you guys will actually really like her. I don't know if I've ever actually shown her to you guys, but if I haven't, it'll serve as a nice surprise. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it here. Thank you all for watching. Leave some interactions. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it. Remember, don't forget the big fat fuck you in the comments. Don't you forget about it. I need it. I need to feed my village. And as always, remember, don't go to war. Wait, I don't know if that's the right message. Don't go to war. But shit. God damn it, I can't know what to do with my hands.